Probably already did.
Oh my
What's up,
God.
guys? I didn't actually.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never know with this fucking.
Why
dude.
do you get so butthurt
Point.
that I might record before you know?
Just because it's weird. It's,
He's venting about his
have,
life before.
I have no control over when it starts.
control
And
issues.
Hey.
no control.
I appreciate that you
And
said that it was about control.
yeah,
And not
I
about
would
me.
like to,
Yeah, you want to sound.
It's
a certain
about
type
him
of
not
way.
having control, but
I
it's
mean,
also
but-
about Nick having the
Yeah. On the flip side,
People don't like that.
Yeah.
Nick. Look, even
I enjoy it too much.
I wish you could
I
see
know.
the
In your
chair
job?
that he's sitting in. Literally looks like
I'm
a
below
throne.
you guys.
No,
dude.
it looks like a throne.
I've specifically made it lower to make you guys feel more comfortable.
That's
I know
what
you feel about
happened. That
yourself.
you just that's why.
I want to make you feel better about
Next
yourself,
time he's
Sean.
gonna have like stacked shit on the chair.
His chair will be on top of like books.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm trying to be nicer to you.
No, you've said that like a while ago, and it never actually
Because
happened.
then you said don't, and it was weird.
No, I was just like, you could act like you normally do. See, Nick kind of ramps it up. He ramps up a little bit when the record button goes on. You know
Is
what I mean?
that true though?
He's
'Cause
actually
is
a
that
really nice guy.
Sean, how much
No,
do
he's
I make
not.
fun of you
He's
outside
a
of the?
really nice guy. Yeah, no,
Nick,
Sean,
I don't think
make
most
fun of you
people.
all the time.
he's just like, hey, bro, what's up, dude? I
No,
care
no, no.
about you.
It's not that he's a nice
You
guy.
know?
It's that he's a helpful guy. And like
yeah.
the helpfulness, we're not in a position right now to be helpful.
Whoa. Oh.
Yeah, I talked to you today. I still talk shit to you today.
That's how he helps. Puts
No,
you down so you know
on the
your
phone.
place.
No, see, no,
I told you that
he
you
doesn't. No. He doesn't put me down.
Tell you you're
He
stupid.
gives me advice,
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's what
like,
I'm saying. He's helpful.
yeah, but it's never like, hey, bro, fucking,
You're gay.
You're fucking gay,
I
bro.
don't do that
Yeah.
here.
So-
All right.
It's a lot
This
smoother
is
than that.
not
He
fun.
does it, but it's not. Like that.
So, I researched a topic.
Are we gonna make this a long one?
No, just make it as what it is.
Yeah,
Oh, I
like
thought
an
that's
hour.
what the people wanted.
the people.
No, they wanted more than 45 minutes, so
Yeah.
50 to an hour.
Okay, all right,
So-
fair enough.
Have you heard of the Dyatlov Pass?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
I actually texted you about this.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, this is a while ago, but I was like, please,
I have no idea
let's
what it
do
is.
this. It is fucking. It's dope. It's a dope story.
Yeah. So
just jump in.
let's do it.
Dive in. Yeah, this one I'm actually familiar with.
You are. You got some facts.
I'm not.
Not
Well,
facts.
you-
I
He knows. I have no.
This has been documented.
He brought it up earlier. He's like, I was like, what's the topic? He's like, Dyatlov Pass, and I thought he was talking about a place in the video game.
World of
Oh.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I was
no.
like, no. What's
It's
our topic?
Kind of like I don't know. It's like Donner Party ish, but these people were all. Oh wait, you
Yeah,
could
so-
dive
Hey,
into it.
yeah.
So
Hey,
in
I think we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
Actually,
in 1959, there was a group of 9 Soviet students who were very experienced hikers, outdoors
Yeah.
people.
Bushman.
And when
Just like this is what they do in
This-
Soviet Russia.
Yeah.
Right.
But now, like they had made like hiking like their life.
Yeah.
Like they were.
They were
pretty professional
experienced
at it.
outdoorsmen.
Yeah, when he says experience, he really means
like
they were.
these are people you could
experienced.
drop off anywhere and they would survive.
Yeah, and then this is in the Soviet Union, which is not really the
freezing.
most
Pretty rough.
Yeah,
friendly
pretty rough.
of territory. You know
Siberia,
what I mean?
it's not a
So
happy, it's
to
not a
be-
good place.
To be an avid professional hiker in the Soviet Union really means you're literally like Bear Grylls, like
Bear Grylls ain't
times 10.
shit, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck Bear Grylls.
pussy, dude.
So they're from the Ural Polytechnical Institute. So a college student brought more. So his name, the guy who had organized it, was Dyatlov.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he
I'm not gonna try.
You were about
told
to.
his sports club
was.
he'd send a telegram. This was supposed to be a fun, like he didn't, you know what I mean, little hike. So they brought cameras. They brought all their gear. So the mountain that they specifically went to is called Kolet Sayako, meaning dead mountain.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
probably
great
never
name.
a good sign, and it's a home, and it's a language of the
Yeah, but
Manzi
everywhere in Russia is named like
Man, and these are like
death.
people. Little vicious fuckers.
These are like
Really?
yeah,
Like
they're
the people that are indigenous there are just like,
Yeah, they're like little. They're kind of like,
Like-
mysterious. They're,
They're
kind of like
fucking
are they like
goblins,
Russian-
dude.
they're gremlins.
They're like cold Russian goblins.
yeah. They're like
Their eyes glow at
Russian
night.
Eskimo. Like
No,
have
yeah,
a
they're
lot of,
indigenous people.
Native
yeah.
American
They're-
type folklore.
they-
They
they're-
believe in
yeah.
like their own.
Probably somewhat savage.
Yeah, no, they're.
Well, I mean, they live in a savage environment, so
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta,
they're pretty.
you gotta,
They're beastly.
So, they have their own folklore, which will come in later. To the Mansi people even have their own theories on what happened here.
And they're probably the most correct.
Well, there's this.
Yeah, but they also are probably the most
abominable snow-
outlandish.
Theirs is like their version of the Yeti,
Yeah,
which actually I've heard all the evidence, and we'll get there. One of the top 3 explanations that makes sense, which is crazy, but it literally is. But we'll get there.
I consider you a pretty rational human.
No, you don't.
You're right.
Sean,
Wow,
Greg,
dude.
this is gonna be
Absolutely,
hard for
dude.
Greg because he's like, well, it must have been natural causes, even though nothing adds up to natural causes. 'Cause his
No,
mind can't
yeah,
wrap
Hey,
around
I'm
it.
down
Nothing.
with supernatural stuff.
Okay.
I always
It's
think there's a scientific way to explain most
Oh, there's
things.
a
Just
scientific
wait.
Yeti, bro.
All right.
What you know about that science Yeti? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing
yeah.
yet.
He's like Albert Einstein. Yeah.
So they,
Thanks for the courtesy
for
laugh.
some
Got
reason, they either wanted to avoid. So they were hiking, and then at one point they wanted to avoid going down more, or they wanted to practice camping on a slope before their ascent.
Yeah.
So there's kind of questions: why did they camp in this spot? It's
Get
just
used
not
to
a
living life on the edge.
Not a traditional spot to put up camp. So nobody heard from them for a long time. So that's when they send people to like a search party because they had
In
told,
Russia, it's like 8 months.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they left a while ago. How long? 8 months.
The route they had chosen was remarkably difficult, and accidents on the mountain are not unheard of. So, bodies were found, but the state they were in is what raised a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, yeah, they put together this hiking team, very experienced.
Mm-hmm.
They go and they stop for the night at camp, which is a very questionable camping spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a leader. I mean, you're probably gonna name it. I forget the dude's name, but this dude's experienced, and he's like,
Does he
camp
know
here."
this mountain, or is it a new?
I think that they've hiked this before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
At least someone's probably been up on
hiked
the hill.
it definitely before.
yeah, the lead dude has
He pre-ran the trail.
Well,
the route,
Dyatlov,
the trout.
he hired a bunch of very experienced people specifically. He brought
yeah.
people. I don't know who the leader. I mean, we all find that, but bodies
Well,
were found.
Dyatlov is the leader, but like
we're in different spots, which is part of the whole thing. Like the first 2 bodies were in a completely different spot than the other 2 bodies. Some people didn't end up going to where it's.
they found the camp, and then miles away were the bodies. And I mean, you
So
yeah.
what they found. First thing they noticed at the campsite, the tent had been cut open from the inside.
Okay.
It's interesting. Ripped in a panic.
Yeah.
Something was in there.
But, you know what I mean? What would cause experienced hikers to cut open a tent from the
To get
inside?
out from the inside.
To get
Yeah.
out. Then, 8 or 9 footprints from the team, many of them clearly made by people wearing nothing but socks or no shoes.
These people,
In a
they
panic.
left their camp
In a hurry.
without their gear, without their jackets, without their anything.
Something went down.
And then other people were found, having taken clothes off once already out.
And it's
And that's-
is it
There is
is
a
it
exposure, yeah.
there's a thing that happens in 25% of people who are
Where they feel
getting
very warm.
frostbite. They feel like they're getting hot.
they're hot. Oh,
But
so they start taking clothes off.
Thermogenics.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You guys
science,
wouldn't
yeah.
understand.
You're about to die,
Yeah,
basically.
your
when
body's
that happens.
dying, and
Yeah.
it's like,
You wanna fuck.
it gets warm and fuzzy, and
So-
then you die.
Then
It's a defense mechanism. Feels good.
at the
warm
forest,
fuzzy is a
Right
defense.
before death, people are
the
like,
first
oh.
tracks,
I love you.
Yeah.
The first tracks led to the edge nearby woods a mile away from the camp. They found 2 bodies, Yuri, 23, and Yuri, 21.
The Yuris, yeah.
Yuri's,
Wow.
bro.
Russia.
Temperatures of negative 13 to 22 in the night of their deaths. What?
And What about their
Oh
eyes?
well, dude,
Let him get to it.
I know.
damn it.
I just,
why would
I
you
know.
distract me,
He
bro?
just was proving that he knew,
Bro,
so he
don't
wanted me to
look,
know.
I mean, just keep your eyes on the on the
Can I shoot
on
that?
the
That's
thing.
not true either. You're missing. It's the wrong body part. The
What?
tongues were ripped out.
Tongues. No
Yep.
eyes though.
Wait. So
So
okay.
hold on, that's later. This isn't them. So they found they were wearing only underwear. These two dudes. Well, they probably were out.
Party time.
They were, you know,
Yeah, they were
they got
probably
caught
good.
with their pants down.
Yeah, they're
you know
probably
what I mean?
fucking. They're probably fucking. They're both named Yuri, and they're like, "Hey, bro, your name's Yuri too.
We should fuck.
We should fuck." Yeah, in the snow at night during a storm, probably
Yeah.
in Yeti
So,
territory.
These bodies,
That's the only answer.
they were like, okay, it's weird that they're have no clothes on. It's weird that they're a mile away from camp, but nothing too crazy.
Nothing
At
out
that
of the
point, they're like,
Russia,
we
this
can
is
explain
Russia.
that.
Remember, this is
They're like,
Russia.
oh,
There's
they
nothing
fa-
out of the ordinary.
They
here.
found they got the vodka.
Tongues ripped out.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn your mic down.
Well, what?
Easy, Alan.
Oh, hey.
It's
Okay,
okay.
I can lean back.
Okay.
That's fine.
No, you're fine.
What is it going to
So-
be silent now?
Should we just stop putting you in a relaxed?
Now
seating
is when it
position
gets
would make you
interesting.
quieter?
Okay.
Now we're getting interesting. 2 months later, they're still searching for motherfuckers. The remaining students were discovered buried under the snow in a ravine into the more than 75 meters into the woods. 3 of the ski hikers had fatal injuries, including significant skull damage, chest fractures comparable to being hit by a fucking car
Really? Like you
in
can't
the middle
just,
of nowhere.
It's fall damage does
No.
like
More, and there was nowhere to fall for. Like they're
you
just
wouldn't
on
where
the-
they ended up wasn't like there was nowhere to fall from.
No.
So they
They-
got crushed.
So potentially, which is actually the least likely, is an avalanche because no one was found under snow. The tents were not covered in snow. Like everything, if it was an avalanche, it would have been buried. So
Yeah.
they were not hit by an
They
avalanche.
would have known.
Oh,
Trees
sorry.
would have
I
been down.
apologize. Dubanina
Perfect.
Dubanina.
was missing her tongue, her eyes, part of her lips, and facial tissue was straight from her bones.
Really?
Yes.
Was it? Man. Yeah,
And the
but
tongue
I'm wondering if
was
it was like
cut out, like
okay,
ripped
with the-
out.
like
No, like
so.
with,
I'm saying it wasn't
it
like
was it was the tongue specifically. I remember it was literally cut the fuck out.
right. So
Yeah, it
what I'm
wasn't
saying
ripped.
my question that I was gonna say was that
Like
it wasn't
force.
like an animal like a
No.
wolf ripped it from her.
Nope.
a wolf. I mean, and a wolf isn't just going to eat the tongue
No,
and
obviously
the
not.
eyes.
And
Obviously
only one.
It's gonna probably go straight up the anus
Yeah,
cavity
yeah,
into
the
the warm
butt.
good stuff. Yeah, it's an entry path.
I mean, Albert Fish said it was the best. It's the best tasting part of a human being.
Then they found another one of
did.
the other guys in the same
boy
location
butt.
without any severe wounds,
But dead.
but dead.
Maybe he was the guy that went on a killing spree.
Maybe it's never been. So
It's Russia.
they all just died
It's Russia.
distinctly at different times. Some appeared to be using the clothes of other people who had died before them. The chick who got killed, foot was wrapped in a piece of wool pants for another dude, and
Wool pants. It's great shoes.
he took her foot after she died.
What?
What?
Yeah, her foot.
They're just like, give me this back.
Yep.
A foot too.
Wait, cut her foot off?
Yep. I don't know. He wanted to bring it back home.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
"Look,
like,
I
this
told
is
you they're
my
dead.
wool jacket, and your
Ah,
foot's mine
okay.
too.
He's proving a point.
I know.
So
Yeah, dude.
Bitch
Yeah,
took
there's-
my, she
so
wore it
there's
on her
no-
foot. I'm taking the foot.
it's more blunt force trauma than another human could inflict on another
So these
Without
people's
a
are-
weapon?
without a weapon. I mean, what? No guns were found.
Well, a boulder.
Like, oh yeah, a
He
rock.
threw a boulder.
Well, okay, a rock.
Russia,
the
dude.
size of a skull rock.
No, more.
More?
Because I'm assuming because blunt force trauma to the head. You can cave a skull in, but
Well,
if it's chest, then
Chest.
yeah, you
Chest
That's
fractures.
yeah,
and
the
no
sternum,
one would
that's
aim.
crushing.
No one aims for the chest too. When you
Not
got
to
rock,
kill.
You know what I mean?
Unless you have bad
only
aim.
the craziest
So-
of people killed
so
by
the
death
first
punch.
the Soviet so a big part of this whole thing is the Soviets for years still to this day cover it up. if you're caught like reading or talking about this shit to this day in Russia,
So,
they like
yeah,
censor
that's
you and you
not-
can't, bro.
So you're
Soviet
saying that
anymore.
Which,
this
there's
podcast
more to this, but-
shouldn't get listened to? Well, like if we look it up and
Yeah,
we
in
find that
Russia.
people looked it up in Russia, those
Putin-
people are
Putin-
breaking the law.
Putin's listening. He's
Yeah, we
down.
should
He's
tell-
down with Drop Dead.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but initially,
He's an edgy dude.
the Soviets like tried to put it on the Manzi people. They were like, "Yo, it's these motherfucking little."
These little dudes.
The
Little
Gremlins.
So a sudden attack, it would account for the way the hikers fled their tents, their disarray, and the damage. But it fizzled because they were largely peaceful for the most part, and the whole area doesn't really. There'd be no reason for them to go up on this slope and like attack them.
Right.
Well, they did
Also-
have nice wool for their shoes
Yeah. Also,
Right. Wool shoes. Top notch.
and feet. They had nice feet.
and there's no other footprints.
Right.
But that
No.
could have been
Hey.
snow. Like there's a lot of the footprints were.
They walk in single file to hide
Well,
their
I
numbers.
mean, if they walked in snow, then it
Yeah.
melts and it's gone.
Well, an interesting thing, their version of the Yeti has backwards feet, which
Whoa.
could explain certain things.
like, man, this guy showed up, but he was walking the wrong
A
way.
lot of cryptids have backwards feet.
That's just fucking
'Cause
yeah.
it
Dude, their
explain-
knees bend the wrong way like a kangaroo, and they hop.
That's
I don't know.
that's actually
Actually, kangaroos' knees don't bend the wrong way. It's more
It
like
just-
or
that's
ostrich.
That's their heel. Yeah, like it only looks like that because like the part
I
that's
know,
bending
their
is their
heel.
heel. Yeah,
It's just huge.
yeah. They have a huge foot.
Right. It's like May. Okay. Yeah.
So, avalanche.
Out of the
no
question.
avalanches have been recorded at that site ever, and nothing has ever happened since.
Wasn't avalanche territory.
So, but
Yeah.
the avalanche is like, oh, that would. If it's not the avalanche,
Oh, that's
it's
the-
something weird,
Yeah, well,
right? So there's different
avalanches
levels of
cut out
weird.
tongues. You know.
So if it's not the Manzi people and it's not the avalanche, all the other explanations are weird.
Supernatural.
Someone
Well,
went
not necessarily.
crazy.
No, there's actually other scientific ones.
One of the dudes went fucking nuts.
They actually that's like very unlikely.
Yeah, I know.
No one's ever like
I watched a video on
the
it.
trauma.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
On this?
Yeah. I watched a couple of them.
Is it on YouTube?
So
Yeah.
hypothermia, right? You could just say, but like that doesn't explain why the
Their
fuck
eyeball-
they left their tents.
Well, it also doesn't explain why they're crushed to death.
or why they fucking left their tents
That
Yeah.
too. In a hurry.
and cutting it out.
And,
Like,
and
Yeah.
our experienced people outdoors and know you never go outside without your gear.
Maybe they were just raging, dude, a little bit too hard.
Dude, I mean, that's the only, like, at this
That's the
point,
only explanation.
Russians love
To rage.
their, what did they call it?
Their
Vodka.
Their vodka.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Vodka.
so another interesting.
I used to be a fan.
I'm gonna jump all
Fucking
over
hate
the place
vodka.
with the theories, but
Really?
Well, I mean,
traces of radiation were found on the
saying, maybe
body.
there's some sort of
Oh.
irradiated creature.
So, that's weird. I mean, not that weird, right?
I
like
mean,
in Russia, there's lots. That's
they-
where uranium's from. There's pockets of uranium in Russia.
And they've
that's
done a
what
lot of
children play with.
testing.
oh, they've just, they
Yeah,
did
but-
a lot of
Blowing
nuke
up a
tests.
lot of
But-
shit.
Why were regular ass investigators using what are those things
Geiger
called?
counters?
Geiger counters on a like a
Because
scene where
it's
you'd never use.
Russia, bro.
Nope.
Like, this is how Russians roll, dude.
They
No.
took animals from Chernobyl, let them
Yeah,
loose.
fucking-
Maybe there's like
Well,
humans in Chernobyl.
There's
that
no
they-
reason very close by. Not I don't know if close by.
downwind.
Yeah, this is a little downwindish.
There's a Russian testing place, like
Oh.
an Area 51 of Russia.
Oh,
How do you say 51 in Russian?
yeah, he got it, dude.
So,
That's it.
another interesting.
I'm questionable. I'm questioning that.
So
Tika.
they found a camera, which is interesting because there were 4 cameras in inventory. So one guy survived. He never went up.
Yeah, that's the dude, the lucky dude,
Yeah.
who was just like, nah, dude, you know what?
Yeah.
Not today.
So there were supposed to be 4 cameras. One dude had a secret camera.
Why?
Weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
He was just hiding it from the group. Like when they found all the cameras, there was an extra camera. And the dude's like, yeah, this guy never said he had a camera. In that camera roll, there's one of his last photos is a bright streak of light in the sky.
Aliens.
Just weird, and that's like pretty close to when he died. Also, what are you doing, Sean?
51.
That's 51 in Russian.
Oh, jeez.
Prove you wrong.
Thanks, dude.
51.
So, okay.
Don't care.
Stop. So, another group of hikers 50 kilometers from the pass on the same night spoke about strange orange orbs floating in the sky around this area. Yeah.
So there's a chance
We got
that
some orbs. We
So
got
it could
some
be
orbs.
government testing. You know,
Right.
Greg doesn't believe in aliens.
No, that's not true.
But for many,
Yeah.
just kidding. But mysterious military weapon. USR testing a concussive weapon or a parachute mine or just
That-
really anything.
I mean, like a blast, a concussion wave. That that actually carries a lot of force.
Oh, well, that'll shatter you.
course.
And that'll
Yes.
fucking blow you out of your clothes. You know.
And they said
It won't
that
rip your tongue out.
But the tents were still up.
they said
Right?
potential like the
Yeah, but just
the
cut
ripping. They get the concussive blast and the damage to their brains causes them to go into a panic and cut out of their tents. That's
A pretty fucking dope weapon.
I guess
It just shoots a shockwave, like a shockwave from an explosion. How you
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
it travel across the ground.
Yeah, air like
That's
compressed air.
badass.
People also said
It's just a shot. Yeah, it's a wave.
Wave of
High
dense
pressure.
so they
air. Yeah.
killed by a secret radioactive weapon. People also said at their funeral they had a slight orange weird hue on their bodies.
Maybe that's from
They'd
being
also
left
been
out.
dead for a
yeah,
while.
Yeah, because most bodies turn orange when they die.
They caught a tan.
Yeah, dude, they're tanning, brah.
Siberian
Little
sun's
spray-
no joke.
Spray tan, brah.
They had to make him look like not like
So
blue.
another very interesting thing about to support aliens, right? So aliens is a theory of its own.
Yeah.
So okay, so we've touched avalanche, Monzi people, no. Radioactive weapon testing, maybe, but
It's up in the air. Yeah.
it's up in the air. Still some
Maybe
things
it
to be
fucked their
answered.
brain. Like they got hit with the
the
radio.
tongue getting cut out.
Yeah, but maybe they got hit with some sort of test thing that just liquid fucked their brains up enough to the point where they just went insane and started doing crazy shit. And then the second blast crushed them, put them down.
But there's also no evidence of a blast of anything.
No,
else.
yeah, that's the thing. There's
All right.
no
Everything
the
else would be
trees
fucked
would
up,
be
too.
knocked
Yeah,
down.
there's nothing
If it's
branches
that
Maybe this is a
forceful.
hyper focused shockwave weapon.
But
from
the tops,
space.
the tops of trees were burnt,
Oh,
Oh,
suggesting an alien craft.
that's tops of trees.
or a weapon.
Burning. It means alien. Oh, aliens.
So let's go to aliens.
Okay.
So the orbs seen in the sky from another group. The last photo of a dude with a shooting the sky specifically and see a bright
And
light.
it's like why? Okay, like why? Why would you take your camera? You're dying, by the
Yes.
way, and you're like, oh my god, I have to take this last picture.
Yes.
This last, this is such
It's to document why you're dying.
yeah,
Usually.
yeah.
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 And
So-
it's like this dude was like, boom, they'll fucking you get a little snapshot, little fucking ET.
So Lev Ivanov, who's the chief investigator, what's interesting is he was very interested in the case. He was not a part of the censorship bullshit. He went on after this.
he was rogue, dude.
He became like a UFO alien investigator post this situation.
This was brought him in.
He
Brought him in.
He's like, I suspect at the time, and I'm almost sure now that these bright flying spheres had a direct connection to the group's death. That's what he said in 1990.
And he wasn't one before.
No, he's just a chief investigator in Russia.
Yeah, and then he fucking went rogue.
So
you
by
know?
what he saw, the burn on top of the trees, etc., and censorship and secrecy in the USSR forced him to abandon the line of inquiry about aliens. That was
They're
the
like, hey,
specific
you
thing.
Stop talking about
Other
aliens.
people inquired about what when they started.
No one
talking
told
about
them to
aliens.
shut the fuck up. Yeah.
So yo, bro.
Yo, fucking knock that shit off, yo. That's how
So-
Russians talk.
Right.
Russia said
It's exactly like that.
attributed it to a compelling natural force. That's what they
That's
said.
a very vague
And
explanation.
closed the case.
That sounds. That's,
Case closed.
Bro, that's just a way
Go
of
home,
saying
boys.
aliens.
We got him, boys. Case
'Cause
closed.
I believe that the aliens that are out there, it's still a natural force that's just beyond us.
Yeah, I know.
They're not mechanical beings.
It's not an answer what they gave. So there's more theories. Mini tornadoes.
Oh, the many tornadoes theory.
Have you heard that one actually?
No, I mean I'm just. Yeah.
Picked
It
them up,
sounds
picked
dope.
them up, threw them.
It sounds cool.
interesting. So
It's like a rogue
I
wave.
forget the
Only
name.
rogue
I think it's
tornadoes.
called the Carmen. It's called the Carmen. Let me look it up. The
Carmen
effect or the
Carmen San Diego effect.
Carmen
No,
effect.
It's not it.
Oh, it's not Carmen San Diego. Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm looking up Carmen effect just so I get.
I could have done that for you while you.
Yeah,
kept
can you look
talking.
up Carmen? I don't know if it's effect or phenomena or a scientific thing.
Look, okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing
The
you got
first
caught
thing-
off track and you didn't actually.
No,
look it
no,
up.
no, no. The first thing that
So-
comes up, Carmen San Diego is back on Netflix.
We
January
don't
18th.
care.
So literally what I just said. You got caught on a
He's
different
like, no,
thing
no, no.
and didn't actually look it up.
Bro,
'cause you're
hey,
the worst
bro,
Hey,
investigator
guys,
ever.
What are you talking about?
I'll just make sure everyone knows, because clearly Sean wants everyone to know that
It's a
Sean's from
song
San Diego.
by Gemini's Son on the album Polyhedral.
Why are you telling us this?
I'm looking for the Carmen effect, dude.
We didn't ask for it. We want the
It's-
tornadoes.
okay, so I don't think it's called the Carmen effect.
He said that.
I said it's called the
It could be
Carmen.
Carmen
What do they
phenomenon.
call
Here, let me just type in many tornadoes.
So okay, basically what it is
He's gonna tell us
This-
about a song named "Mini Tornadoes."
this specific area on the mountain could have been a prime or potential candidate to be affected by what is called the car. So basically, it's specific winds of specific speeds going into a mountain and bouncing off of specifically.
It's called a multiple vortex tornado.
Yeah, but there's an actual. It's called Carmen something. So specific shaped rock. I heard on last podcast someone left, but rocks and creating these little tornadoes that are extremely loud.
Little vortices.
So they're extremely loud.
It's like a jet engine.
It's not proven whether it could hit you and kill you, but they're loud. They're mini. It could disorient and make you scared. So it could explain why they cut that out of the tent.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck is that? Then the two guys freeze.
In
But
mid-fuck position.
Then it's like, okay, and maybe it hits them, right? And it says the crushing, but then the cutting of the tongue. Maybe they cut it off because they went crazy.
The fire on the tops of the trees.
Yeah, there's just too much.
I don't agree with the mini vortices.
Yeah, it's the vortados.
Yeah,
That's what it's
it's
called.
like a vortex tornado.
Nick, jeez,
What?
bro,
Vortados.
No,
come on,
there's a
get
thing.
with it.
There's
Vortado effect.
It's called Carmen San. It's cool. That's the first thing that came up when you were talking about the
Carmados.
It's Carmado.
So this is a new one. Others argue the chaotic and violent deaths could have been a result of a strong toxic moonshine that potentially they could have gotten their hold of.
So they were raging. We're back to they were raging. They're having a rager.
Some
dude.
heavy moonshine. And you're at altitude and you just get sick
You
with
just
it.
get. I got so shitty, bro. I was cutting out tongues.
So
ripped your fucking eyes out. and ate 'em.
Potentially, we don't know, but they robbed a sacred cave of the Manzi. Like, there's all the wild theories.
Well, if they did
Maybe-
that would give
maybe-
reason for the Manzies to
Exactly,
seek
but
retribution.
there's no
Maybe they put a
actual
curse on. It was the mummy,
items found.
the Manzi mummy.
So I don't know. They could have took them back. I
Did they
guess.
bring the drug
With the foot.
crocodile?
So another interesting thing.
Maybe their skin
Crocodile.
just melted off.
They wrote a little journal.
Yeah,
I forget. It was like a note. It was like a news. It was like a
Day 7, camp is good.
the day before talking about basically describing seeing a Yeti.
Backwards foot?
Literally talking about
It's not Bigfoot.
Yo, we
it's backwards foot.
we saw the white one, the big white one, or something like that.
Are they bringing it up pretty nonchalant?
Yeah, this is before they die. Well, it's in writing, so it's hard to tell what their tone is.
Right. It wasn't like we saw the fucking white one. It was just like, yeah, there
He
was.
was like excited.
White one was here.
So they could have been out there. There's also like a lot of stuff about why were they out there. Besides,
maybe they were hunting.
Maybe they were trying to find. So I kind of like a theory I have that has supported combines other theories. So then there's the Yeti, the specific that people have had sightings of a Yeti-like creature in this area for years. The Mansi tribe have their own theory about it. In fact, Nepal, just months after this, released a scientific, like, real document to the about Yetis, about the evidence of it. This is like a scientific group, because in Nepal they have their own kind of Yeti,
right?
And they
Is it
released
like
a few months.
The Buddhist Yeti.
His feet are backwards. I'll tell you that.
Backwards
much.
feet.
Yeah, so
They don't call him Bigfoot.
Called back
foot.
Which the only way I can get my mind around a Yeti, one, I don't support the Mansi people have their own, like, these are like it's more of a spiritual, like, oh, they can't die. Well, but
Like a god.
we got radioactive
Deity.
testing nearby.
Right.
We got any animals, humans, different things
Hybrids.
out there. Hybrids.
Yeah,
we got motherfuckers
chimeras.
in the 1800s that are hiking and they, get cold and they fuck a sheep out in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they goat man.
Goat
Ghost
man.
man.
Russian skinwalkers.
Yes. So
He doesn't want to talk about skinwalkers.
we don't talk about skinwalkers.
Unless we're doing a full Skinwalker series.
No, I've had an experience as of late, and I will never longer speak of such things.
What happened?
Did you get
I can't
Fuck.
talk about
That's
what.
by a skinwalker?
You're like, I can't talk about things, and I'm just like, oh,
I can't
what
talk
happened?
about things I'm talking about.
It's too close to home, bro.
We're taking a break.
Real? I don't even know if you're real.
Yeah, he wouldn't make that up.
Fuck.
Did you lose it? Welcome back.
So the journal entry, some people said was a hoax, but also very clear, in my opinion, that the Russian government is part of their cover-up. Because especially if it's a Yeti that was created or on purpose or by mistake by the Russian government,
or like
they
just
wanna cover
broke
that
the
up.
fuck out of one of their labs
Totally.
and running the streets.
Yeah.
Well, the hills.
So the mini tornadoes, dude, it's like that's almost too complicated. Like too
And the
many
chances of like that many people dying
things in
from
different locations.
like there's probably such specific things that need to happen for a mini tornado or whatever the fuck they are
Yeah.
for that many people. No,
Avalanche,
all
no.
the cards have to be in place.
God
Yeah.
wants you dead.
So
Yeah.
okay, so how about what I find interesting about a Donner Pass or whatever Donner
Party.
Party theory is there's no cannibalism here involved.
I don't think they had time, man.
They just
No.
died.
This
Then
was
why
a-
are they just killing each other?
I don't.
Why would they kill each other?
They're
Something
Russian.
happened, dude.
Like once again,
You drink enough in Russia? That's the next
they
step.
had that fucking shitty shine, dude.
No, that was no proof that they did. That's a random theory that.
And
potentially
honestly,
they
I'm
could
gonna
have
I'm gonna say
moonshine.
that most
Turns your skin
high
orange.
level like outdoorsmen, they don't go out there and drink because
No.
that's not safe.
No, it's
for,
not.
like outdoors type
not-
survival shit.
You know,
It's the worst thing you can do is dull your mind.
So it's just why the fuck did they run barefoot and freezing from their warm tents?
Something came up
Sick.
on that camp.
Also-
something came up. Yeah,
Further in the woods, they made a fire.
yeah.
Like
because
that makes there'd be no reason.
they wanted to get away from the camp,
yes.
yeah, something happened in
Something
camp.
happened at camp.
and they're like, "Shit, well, we
because
need."
to make a fire,
They tried to regroup, and
or they
thought they
couldn't
were away.
see. I mean, that's the other reason for fire. It was dark, but
Well,
they flee and then they can't see. But
I think fire was more survival. They regroup. They're like, all right, we need to get the fuck out
so
of here.
what the
Shit
fuck happened
happened.
in the camp?
Oh, I don't know.
So there's the theory. So they write this.
Something's there.
They write this little thing, and maybe it's like half. Somebody sees something, and they're like, "Oh, cool," you know what I mean, or like, "Let's investigate," or they're very scientific minds, and people who are of scientific minds, they see they want to investigate. They don't get supernatural. They see a Yeti and they go, "Oh wow!"
Well, they see something to solve.
They see something in the woods. They go, "Could that be the blah 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 creature?" They get excited. They go to sleep. They wake up in the middle of the fucking night, and motherfucking Yeti's right there.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I'm the Yeti. Nice to meet you.
They call me
But-
back.
Give me your eyes."
Why cut yourself out of it? That doesn't explain human nature.
If it's coming in,
But human nature, if it's outside your tent, you're staying in your tent.
Maybe it was at the what? It's a tent.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you
but
still,
human
but like,
nature, you
if
run
there's a
into the
bear
cold.
in your campsite, you don't get out
Yeah.
of your
Get
tent.
out.
Well,
Sean?
maybe it's like trying to come in.
Well, that's the only
front
way.
Flap.
But there's no other damage to the tent.
Yeah, maybe it's like, hey guys, and they're like,
It's
Back
like a
foot
nice-
here.
It knows how to like open a tent nicely.
Yetis could be fucking smart. I mean, dude,
Why would they be-
They've avoided, they've avoided our cameras and shit.
Yeah.
They could
There
be
is
smart.
a-
They could be intelligent.
Well, yeah, no,
Enough
I
to
think-
open a tent
I think
flap.
the whole point of it is that they're like part human,
Yeah.
so that they have
Nick,
to have some
And they've
intelligence.
just learned how to evolve and adapt to live in the mountains of Russia.
Well, they're also covered in hair, so they don't need to,
That's the evolving. and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adapting. Yeah. That's what evolution is.
They could also
We're
bench
bringing evolution into the Yeti
1,000.
combo.
That's
They're pretty yoked, dude.
it's,
Well, yeah, if you look at like a gorilla, they're so strong. They're like 8 times as strong as a man, but they can weigh the same amount.
Yeah, it's because they got their arms are like our legs.
Yeah, but also
So-
they're in great shape because all they do is move.
Thick.
This
dude.
is another photo from one of the cameras.
Oh,
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Could be a man.
So it basically, what we're seeing, it literally looks like the Bigfoot shot. You know, the
Yeah,
famous
He's
one.
walking.
it looks like a big man, but it's dark, it's blurry.
Could
Why
be
would-
hairy.
Why would you take that
But
photo?
if you're so evolved for the snow, you'd think you'd have white fur.
No,
No?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
You know what I mean?
like
Yeah, but-
fox.
A polar bear, polar
It could
foxes.
be a recently created.
Yeah, it's yet to
Arctic
evolve.
fox.
Maybe it just went north for the winter.
Maybe he's shedding his winter coat and he's got his summer coat.
Maybe he's
still.
not. Maybe he's not old yet to get.
He's not gray.
Yeah, not gray yet.
Maybe it's just the lighting of the shot.
That's a no. No.
Could be in shadow, bro.
Yes,
But
that
even a
is
polar bear
a
in
that is
shadow
a
is dark.
photo left behind. That's pretty fucking creepy.
That is pretty creepy. And like, is that like one of the like? There's more photos after that of them like smiling and hanging out. Because I looked at a lot of photos and it's just them like, yay, cheese, say cheese.
They're cool.
It'd be funny if it was like that was in the middle and then they're still like just super chill.
'Cause
And
then it was just Yuri often that he thought he was getting
Yeah.
a good shot, but it was just a shitty photo.
it was just.
But if it's like the last, if it's the last photo,
Yuri
on
is
that
taking
reel,
a picture of Yuri's asshole, and catches the.
he's
Yeti.
naked and he happens to be a hairy dude.
Yeah, or it could be a skier. They were skiing. One of their group.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that doesn't look like a skier.
I mean, it looks like a human.
Yeah, it
so
looks
it
like
could
a
be
guy
skier.
that's going like this. He's doing cross country skiing.
I mean, yeah, that literally looks like the famous Bigfoot shot,
Yeah, it does.
like in
But-
black and white.
But the famous Bigfoot shot could also be a human.
The famous book shot is proven to be
That-
human. They found a picture of a zipper on it.
No,
Oh, really?
okay.
He's
If you
wearing a
look,
fucking ghillie
no,
suit.
I'm gonna like, if you look up, okay,
I'm just showing Sean proof of a skier. I knew the answer already, but just showing us.
well, I mean, it was
It's a
pretty
skier.
far away.
Yeah.
He's holding it really far away, guys.
It's fine, dude.
Yeah, so, you know.
So
Okay, so why the fuck did you show us that picture if it was a fucking skier?
I'm saying it could be
Just
either.
trying to throw us off, dude?
Nothing is proven. It could be whatever you want. I mean, it can be. I mean, fact is, the Russian government
They put a lot of time and effort into
yes,
hiding this.
is
Yeah.
censoring it.
And like, why? Yeah, why? You know?
I think here's
think
what I
it-
think.
I think it was a
I think the
fucking-
Russian government were fucking testing some weapons.
I think it was a weapon.
Some people walked into some places where they shouldn't have been, and they're like, "Hey, we could really fucking test this thing out on the things we are meant to use it against."
Dude, I think if
Lasers.
anything, it was an accident.
Oops.
I don't.
Dude,
I think it was one
they spent
rogue
years-
Russian.
No, yeah. To cover it, no, it had to have been
it is an accident.
They can take people out and kill them if they
Yeah,
want.
did they?
No
The
one will ever
Russian
know.
government, dude.
It maybe like some idiot did it on purpose, and they were like, "Dude, we execute," and then they cover it up. That could have happened.
That was a pain in the ass for them. They were like,
no,
fuck.
yeah, they wouldn't do something deliberately then to go, "Fuck, now we got to cover this one up too." Like,
Yeah.
it's probably an accident or an idiot that did
Maybe
it on purpose.
it wasn't even that they like. Okay, maybe they witnessed a like this weapon being used, not on them. No one got hurt, but they got up out of their bed freaking out, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" The Russian government's like, "Well, we can't have anyone know about this, so we better put them down." And they just happen to put them down with the
Weird
weapon.
way.
Yeah, weird way.
And they would
Or
take their bodies out of there.
Yeah,
and
they would
make
take the
them
bodies out.
disappear.
They'd probably
Yeah.
just shoot them and make them disappear.
You're right. They wouldn't leave their bodies for people to find.
Oh yeah,
and
and they
create
found
this.
scrap. This supports that. So the high traces of radiation, the tongue being ripped out, and scrap metal found in the area. Bomb.
Yeah.
Some sort of.
I mean, a
weird-
shockwave.
I think
dude.
they're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and fucking Russia was just doing some Russian shit, you know?
Russia doing Russian shit. That's what they do.
Just testing out that new
So,
fucking
yeah.
bomb.
That new fucking gravity reduction device that fucking shockwaves.
What do you feel?
Reduction.
What do you feel about orange spheres in the sky the same night as it happened?
Dude,
Yeah,
could be
different.
a-
The
dude,
different
here's
hikers
the thing.
saw.
Orange sphere in the sky. It could be a fucking missile blowing up in the sky.
That just
Yeah, I think.
Is it
Hang
cruising
I
around?
think you know what a missile looks like exploding.
yeah, and it leaves a trail behind it of the
A bright enough light from far away just looks like a fucking light.
They were right there. Very large spheres, orange in the sky.
It depends if they were just stationary. It could have been a flare. Could have been like they have flares like that just are stationary in the air.
Yeah, just emit light.
Maybe even in the 50s too.
The guy who survived, lead investigator, aliens, mainly because of the spheres seen by other hikers. Yudin, the survivor, believes they accidentally entered a covert military testing ground whose weapons shocked and injured them in the middle of the night.
I'm with that.
I'm kind of with that too.
Yeah. I like the combination of aliens and weapon testing because it's like an Area 51 potentially.
Right. It could be the whole idea of like they're super advanced weapons that we got from some sort of
Yeah.
alien technology.
Yeah.
That like just because most shockwaves, people that die from a shockwave, there's enough that's happened where you can look at a body and they're like, oh yeah, they were close. They were within 30 meters of a blast this big.
I forgot to give more information on the spheres.
Oh.
The tornadoes. Sorry.
Oh, the Carmen San Diego.
So the very important piece of
Fortados.
information which could mean
Potatoes. That's it. Really.
so it creates a sound, very specific sound that tickles your inner ear hairs and creates induces panic attacks
Really?
if they happen.
Yeah, I think.
Makes you paranoid, panic attacks, freak
Well,
out.
that'll get you to rip out of your tent.
Yes.
Yeah, frenzy.
So here's the thing.
Doesn't
Maybe
explain the
it's a conjunction of
crushing,
these
or
things.
unless they did it to each other or the cutting. I mean, unless they like really fucked them up.
that was super.
I mean, it could be a combination of all this stuff where, like, you hear that shit and you're freaking out, so you cut your way out of the tent. You get out there, and it's also really close to a fucking Russian testing area. You get caught up in the middle of some upper tree burning festivals. Dead.
And then a Yeti comes and just like
Rips your
rips
fucking
But there's
throat
also
out.
no
Yeah,
sign of. It can't be Yeti because there's no sign besides their injuries, like of struggle. Like there's no trees that have been broke. There's no
And when
like
people
them
fight
fighting
for their
back.
life,
There's no fighting back.
you have defensive wounds.
Who's
There's
gonna fuck-
defensive wounds. Who's gonna you? So you
You-
seem to
you-
hold on. We're gonna pause. You seem to have a lack of understanding of human nature.
I know,
on this episode.
dude. They're going to fucking.
And
try
these
to
are like
fend
young,
themselves off.
athletic men.
I'm just,
Unbelievable. Why would you stay in your tent?
Would
if there's
you,
a bear?
if there was something that was trying to kill you, would you curl up?
Yeah,
Or would
you-
you
well, I guess
fight?
maybe Sean would.
No, what?
Potential.
Yeah, maybe
That's
I'm
defensive, dude. Curling is defensive,
He
bro.
would. You're right. He totally
wrong.
would curl up.
You
Sean
curl,
goes, he can't
argue.
even understand because
Yeah,
he's
it's
like, I'll
called
curl
playing
him.
fucking dead, bro.
It
course you
doesn't
would.
work.
Dude, no, okay,
It doesn't work,
but
and
what I was gonna
real men
say
protect their friends.
is maybe that the fuck Yeti, dude, you know, he just has some fucking special Yeti power that's just like, oh, hey, how's it going? He's so quick.
I don't think Yetis
there's
are
no
like.
Sean's
time
explanation.
I don't think
to
Yetis are
defend yourself.
magical. I think
Yeah.
Yetis,
They're
if they
just
are
fuck-
real,
If
are
Yetis
like
are real, they're
super,
just evolved.
yeah, just a different,
creatures.
different, like
Yeah,
path
fine,
of
bro.
evolution for like humanoids.
You know, just pissing on the Yeti, bro.
No, I just don't think it.
Yeah.
It's like a
Just
mix
taking a
of,
shit all over
of
the
a
Yeti,
Yeti and Harry Potter. He's not magic.
Yeah, dude, he does fucking Yetius, Panosis, dude. Familiar with that?
Now that you
Yetius.
say it,
Planosis.
Yeah, it makes people
Makes
take off
people-
their clothes.
and curl up in a fetal position and get crushed.
Fetal bitch. I got a word put in the Urban Dictionary. Fetal bitch. And
Yeah.
it's that position.
Wait, why are you proud of that?
I got a word put in their Urban Dictionary.
What do you mean? All you have to do is fucking
Yeah,
type it
you
in.
put it in.
No, you email it and they accept it.
They don't deny anything though.
Yeah, they've denied a couple of mine.
Why are you doing this?
Dude, I'm
It's
really
back in the day, you know?
disappointed in you.
What do you mean, dude? It's an accomplishment.
Okay,
Oh,
what was the?
God.
Tell me. I
Okay,
got.
we're Dyatlov Pass. It was aliens / experiments
They
done by
probably-
the government.
yeah.
Now let's move on to Sean.
Yeah, hold
What?
on. Let
We
me.
gotta
No,
get
no, no.
into
I
this.
got to hear this a little more. What was your definition for fetal bitch?
The position one takes, I could just look it up right now.
You can't even remember.
It's like the position one takes when one is getting punked very hard by someone.
From
And you-
personal experience.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
100%. 100%.
100%.
Why
No.
would you know so much about
Why would you
this?
care so much to put that on the internet? Because like
You guys just make assumptions out of nowhere.
that's what we do. It's human nature. That's why we're asking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but like I would never input fetal bitch into this website, so I'm curious as to why you would. And if you can explain it, then it'll make sense.
Okay, well, okay. So, you really, really want to know where I came up with it? Okay.
Not really.
No.
I'm just curious
It's-
what your
it-
fascination with Urban Dictionary and why you've been denied.
This was.
What words have you been denied on?
Oh, I can't remember that, but. Dude. No.
So many.
And okay, when we were all
many
living
to
together.
count.
Remember morning meditation?
Yeah.
And it, like,
You
remember
did this
a
after
certain
the house?
Yeah.
Wait.
He was
Right after-
You
sober.
did this in sobriety?
Yes. Okay, and there was a certain someone
I remember.
of Scottish descent.
Kieran.
We're gonna say okay.
K-Dog.
Throw,
So
his,
did Ian, though, by the way.
throw his name out.
Little known fact, Ian also went fetal bitch.
Yeah, and so
Oh, Garver?
a different Nick and I would say
Yes.
that when they were
I remember,
meditating,
fetal bitch.
fetal bitch. Yeah, they
They
went.
got banned.
Oh, fetal bitch pose.
Couldn't lie down anymore because Ian would fall asleep every
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
But-
no, I didn't.
Couldn't
But-
get in trouble.
No, I
I mean,
didn't. I
Ian-
was.
Ian
Fuck you,
was-
bro. I wasn't sleeping.
Ian was sleeping, but the K Dog was just full fetal bitch,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
we're here meditating, and he's just like, "Ugh," and then we fetal bitch, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this is a word that deserves to be put in the Urban Dictionary.
You have too much time.
Yeah.
What?
He, at that point in time,
I
he didn't.
guess so, man.
It doesn't take a lot.
No, it's.
I don't feel like I
you're
have
right.
time for a lot in my life, and that would be a loss about 100 on the list of things I don't have time for.
What? You're sitting in your car, like you're fucking waiting for homie to get out of fucking therapy, and you know. To curl up, okay, fetal bitch. 1, to curl up in a ball on the floor. They're probably gonna take it out once they hear this episode. 2, the position one takes when one gets punked or flexed on by someone much stronger than they are. It is an indication that the person assuming the form is a bitch, usually associated with tears and urine in the pants.
You
Did
wrote
Nick
this?
Turner help you with this?
No, this is all me. Friend, why wasn't Mitch at school today? You. Because I punked him so hard that he went fetal bitch. He's probably going to have to switch schools.
It's not a very good example of the usage of fetal bitch. Though.
They let it in. I had a lot
No,
better
no.
examples than that.
I kind of, I will say, Nick, the more he read about it, I think it's like it's ridiculous, but I do find it quite entertaining that he did this.
Is the retardation rubbing off
It's-
on that? Is that couch just
No.
creating retardation?
No, I think
No,
it's-
this is
it's-
just
it's funny.
accomplishment, and
It's very funny that
funny.
Sean
It's
specifically
It's
did
an
this.
Right.
accomplishment
That's
that
what I
you
mean.
have not done yet. So you
It's
are
not an accomplishment.
very,
Let's not go there.
very jealous of it, and so you try to attack
All right.
those your betters. You know,
I
your
take
superiors.
back everything.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Just takes
You know?
everything back immediately.
So, I mean, of course, this is human nature, right, Nick? This is human nature. When someone does something really fucking cool in front of you,
Totally.
and you just want to attack it because you're not as cool,
Yeah.
so that would just give total meaning to your reaction to that. Which I respect it, you know?
Yeah,
It's
we
cool.
should.
We're still friends, bro.
Totally
We're still
agree.
friends.
We should put a poll out on our podcast. Is Sean cooler than Nick because he took the time to put a word in
Took
the
the 10 minutes.
the urban
The
dictionary?
10 minutes to do it.
No, it's a big accomplishment. Don't downplay it.
No, it's a more of
Yeah.
an accomplishment that it only took me 10 minutes to do.
I'm just saying
No.
it's a big accomplishment. I'm sure it was
yeah.
a very
Do you
difficult.
put it on
10
your
minutes.
resumes?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
there's a little side, there's a little, you know,
Sean,
accomplishments.
it took
Fetal
you
bitch.
more than 10
Fetal
minutes.
bitch.
It sounds like you put in
What are your
multiple-
accomplishments in life? Fetal bitch.
Fetal bitch.
Multiple attempts. at
Oh,
getting
okay,
it
you're
in.
hired.
Oh, fetal bitch.
If you're the fetal bitch guy. Oh shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, you're the fucking shit, dude. Better than that Nick dude, the guy that came in before. He didn't have any fetal bitch accomplishments.
He just had so much experience, charisma, and good looks.
Oh my. Okay, but no fetal bitch.
No fetal bitch though.
That's
You
where
got
I
me
draw
there,
the line.
Sean.
If you came in
Yeah.
to a job interview
Uh-huh.
and I was interviewing you,
Yep.
and you're like, "Hey, and by the way, I got fetal bitch, Urban Dictionary."
And
That was
that's
me.
why you'll never be interviewed.
I've interviewed people
You should
before.
stick-
yeah.
I never said that. I mean, but if someone
Yeah,
like
you should please
professionally,
next interview
I would
you give.
have to not hire them. But like, you know, once
But
you know, all was said and
respect-wise-
done, I was like, bro, but that fetal bitch thing, golden.
If your job wasn't anything professional, you'd have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Greg.
If it was a
Hey,
minimum wage
you know we
job,
have just
You're
because
in.
I'm done with this. You know we have another listener who listens to every episode that we all know.
really?
Gavin.
Oh, does he?
Like,
So I wanted to shout him out on the episode.
Well, he's
see,
gonna.
this is a
We're gonna
little-
start
little
hearing from Gavin
bonus.
too.
Dude, I forgot your WTs.
I expected that.
Yeah, that's
No,
not.
it's fine.
I don't think that's entertaining on the air.
Yeah, really bad.
Really not.
Don't want to talk
But
about
yeah,
tax
I was
season.
trying to shout out Gavin, but
Oh, dude, I forgot
shout
you.
out to
Yeah.
Gavooch, dude. So
The Gucci
young-
Doo Gavoo.
if you be listening,
Gavooch,
also
dude.
Hey, appreciated, man.
potential new
Respect.
podcast with the Gavooch, the Markenstein, and myself or Greg or Sean. Honestly, it's really Gavooch and Marco. They're gonna be putting together very in-depth information on ridiculous conspiracy theories.
Oh God.
And pretending like not pretending, but like they're very serious about them, and then talking to one of us, me or Greg,
Non-believers?
really. Sorry, Sean.
What?
'Cause we live here, and so,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Just easier.
It's easier.
Are we the
and
non-believers?
Yeah, we're the we're just. I mean,
Oh,
I
and they're
am a
trying to
non-believer.
convince us?
I believe in some, but
Oh,
like honestly, at the end of
I'm-
the day, I am practical as
If
much
they
as
can
I'm
turn
not.
me,
No, I
then-
don't think they're gonna try to turn you. I think it's more about the actual interaction between
Someone
with
that
a
actually
brain.
believes.
It's gonna
and
piss
then-
me
because
off.
Marco is so gullible. So Gavin's very good at pretending
Yes, very good.
and convincing,
Yes,
and Marco is super gullible.
right. Gavin
So
can
he's
keep
gonna
a
be
fucking
very
straight face.
like, oh yeah, dude, and then one
Oh,
of us is gonna be
dude.
like, bro,
Yeah,
I'd be like,
dude.
listen to your
Yeah, it's gonna
fucking
be fun.
face.
Shout out to Gavin and his cargo shorts and his Hootie and the Blowfish.
What?
When I worked with him, he just listened to Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well,
We all miss you, man.
we don't. He's alive, dude.
yeah,
He's fine.
he didn't die,
Yeah.
dude.
We miss you, dude.
Rest in peace, Kavuchi.
May the
Like,
Lord
what the
hold
fuck?
you in the palm
I have that tattooed on my ribs.
of your.
You
Of
know
your
that?
hands.
You know that prayer?
Yeah.
It's on my ribs.
Wait, what?
You know that?
What?
Until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand.
Oh,
It's an Irish
that's a very.
prayer.
I mean,
It's very common,
kind
but
of
it's.
gay, but you know.
I read it. I read it at my grandpa's
Listen,
funeral.
dude, don't
Hold
fucking
on.
talk about gay
I read it at
tattoos, Sean.
my grandpa's funeral. I read it at my grandpa's funeral while crying, and that's why it's tattooed on my ribs. And on that note,
That's
I'm
really
gonna beat
fun.
the
That's
shit out
really
of
funny.
Sean. Beat the shit out of Sean.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Got him.
Really, are